Down the other end.
Ready?
Big old pledge. Meeting.
Call this continued meeting from May 10th, 2017 to order. Sunshine Law permits videotaping and audio taping.
Oh, you're not doing the pledge?
Meeting is continued from,
Okay, we have it on there.
Well, we
That's
just,
my fault, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Nothing to be sorry about. Went in and out, do it.
roll call.
30 seconds.
Dave Ely,
Here.
Doug Teagarden,
Present.
Zach Prescott.
Sure. Following two items were tabled at May 10th meeting. Dave Ely requested a 15-foot variance at the residence of 130 Shaler Road, West Alexander. Drawing was requested last meeting. There's the drawing.
we should make a motion before we discuss it.
Okay.
I will move that we grant this, that we review it.
I'll second.
Any questions? 42 feet from the center of the road to this corner, and it's 38 feet from the center of the road to this corner.
Okay. 38.
The reason why it's not the same, because Shaler bends, kind of bends around.
Mhm. So your driveway up in,
Mm-hmm.
building's gonna be 50 by 60.
Yeah. 40 by 60, but 10-foot lean-to on this side.
On this side.
Yeah.
This lean to in this, or is it over here?
No. See, I got 50 foot. So it's, the total length here is gonna be 50 foot. So the corner of the building with the lean-to is gonna be 42 feet from the center. Any other questions?
Anybody wanna see it? We can take a peek at it.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, well, there was a lot of questions last township meeting and also the last planning commission meeting in regards to where the measurements should be taken from. According to the original ordinance and also according to chapter 110 of the Township of Donegal subdivision and land development, this is the 2004 general code codification. 110-7, I believe, was originally 204 in the original code. They renumbered them. Building setback line under definitions. The line designating the minimum distance that a building must be erected from a street right of way. Again, erected from a street right of way. Said line is generally parallel to the street right of way or lines to which the lot abuts. So it's not from the center of the road, it's from the right of way. That's according to our own ordinance. Okay.
Any other questions? Get your hand up, Ed. Okay.
Call for vote.
Dave Ely,
Abstain.
Doug Teagarden,
Yes.
Zach Prescott.
Yes.
Sealed bids for phase 1 of the new garage were received. The engineer and attorney to review and make recommendations to the board.
Okay, we have an email that came in at 4:39 today from Bill Braun of Senate Engineering, who's our engineer. It attaches our recommendation to award letter for McBracy Corporation for the new storage building construction contract with the 7 references we called for. We would recommend them, and okay, 4 of the, I'll read that again, of the 7 references we called, 4 would recommend them, three have not returned their call yet. If you have any questions, please call Bill Braun. And says here, we have reviewed and tabulated the bids received on May 10th, 2017. The above referenced project, the current low bidder is McBracy Corporation, 2155 Park Avenue, and the rest of the address is there, for a total bid amount of $158,680. Based on sending engineering inquiry to Seven, a list of references for McBracy Corporation, it's our opinion they are capable of satisfactorily completing this project. Also, the bid amount is consistent within 25% with the engineer's estimate. Therefore, we recommend award at your earliest convenience. And again, William Braun. And they've compared side by side the 4 different bids. I will move that we award the bid to McBracy Corporation, $158,660 to be paid for with Act 13 funds. That'd be my motion.
Sorry.
Questions?
Yeah, did we get any, was there any feedback from the solicitor, was there any?
No.
What was the, you said that within 25% of the engineer's estimate? What was
Yeah,
the
I
engineer's
don't
estimate?
have the engineer's estimate here, do you know, Ed?
At one time on the phone, they told me it was gonna be $220,000.
I thought it was more money originally when we were talking. Is there any reason that you would know of, looking at what came in, why it would be lower, that much lower?
I think when the engineer first engineered it, they put in plumbing, electrical, finished the inside. They did a complete building package.
What did they end up doing on the roof? There was some concern about whether or not they were gonna plywood or not.
Well,
And
that's in that, in our spec sheet is to have OSB put on the roof, 3/4 inch tongue and groove OSB. And I was talking to Dave about it, I think that needs to be taken out of there.
Okay,
Oriental strand board is a flooring material, not a roofing material. And from what they're saying is, the 3 contractors that I talked to said that metal will sweat. And when it sweats, it's gonna dry and warp, and your roof's gonna be wavy.
anybody got
It'll
any
actually
experience with
buckle
that
the tin.
here?
They should put, you're going with a metal building, they should put a vapor barrier.
Yeah, like a single bubble. with
Double
the-
bubble or-
Yeah.
I'd go with the double bubble and,
Well, he said that the 3 that I talked to recommended a single bubble with the vinyl back, like a white plastic look on the back.
you know, one side's like white plastic, and the other side's like a foil.
Yeah. And they said use that instead of that wood. And it's gonna cheapen up the building. They said you're not parking the trucks on the roof, you're parking them inside.
Right, and we can, I'm going to, it's something we'll need to check with the solicitor about.
And he said you can actually space your trusses further if you do away with that plywood,
Right.
because you're lightening your roof load
Right.
already.
What was the purpose of doing the plywood?
Engineers.
Mhm.
That's-
I've never, I mean,
They don't
have
like doing
trusses
just
on
part of a
16.
project, they like to do the whole thing from A to Z. And we've kind of limited what they're gonna be able to do.
but most metal buildings don't have that.
Yeah, that's what I tried to explain. They had them on 16-inch centers. I made them move them to 2 foot. And I wanted them to take the plywood off, but they insisted that it was gonna be cheaper for us, or not much more money to leave the plywood on. But after the bid opening and discussing it with 3 other contractors, and they told me to get rid of that
Oh, yeah, that'd be a
OSB.
significant savings. Plywood's expensive as hell right now.
I think then, with that in mind, then probably we should, I withdraw my motion, and I'll come back with an amended motion. So that leaves, Zach wants to,
You're making a motion.
I'm just gonna withdraw my
You're gonna
motion.
withdraw.
Well, I'll withdraw my second then.
Okay, I'll come back with a motion to approve this bid contingent upon discussions with the engineer and the architect, or the engineer and the solicitor in regards to amending those plans to establish a need for that roofing material. if they can work it out, then go with that bidder. That's all my motion is to discuss with the idea of reducing, or eliminating the OSB with the engineer and the attorney. See if we're within our rights to do that.
Here, okay, I'll second it.
Any questions?
Yeah.
Good, Kathy.
If you change the specs, don't you have to rebid it to
And
everybody?
I don't, we'll let the attorney decide that.
Oh, okay.
If they come back and say that, then that's what we'll have to do.
JD?
Doug, why don't you also include, the contractor in that?
Sure.
It's gonna
That's
do it.
fine, I'm okay with that. Make sure that they don't,
Besides, I'm
They-
saying
they
besides just the
probably-
engineer. and
they
the-
actually probably will have a better idea of the effect of that than the engineer's gonna
My
have.
guess is they're gonna tell you, yeah, you don't need to plywood.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
I've never seen anybody put plywood underneath a
Me
metal
neither,
roof.
that's why I say, and he said he
So-
talked to three that doesn't make sense
Yeah, I've-
on a metal roof.
yeah.
How you vote?
Dave Healy,
Yes.
Doug Teagarden,
Yes,
Zach Prescott.
Yes,
Tunnel Ridge has submitted a road bonding application to Hall on Everett. All paperwork and checks are included. Motion to approve the road bonding application as presented.
I will so move.
second.
We have in front of us a road bonding from Tunnel Ridge. Check here for $250 for Everett Road. It's a renewal. And you are, this is nothing new that we didn't already know about, correct? Anything you want to tell us about it?
Now, they've been out there and they bond them, they run them.
Any other questions? How you vote?
Dave Healy,
Yes.
Doug Teagarden, Zach Prescott.
Yes,
Additions to the agenda?
Well, we didn't have them earlier in the meeting, but I do have an addition. Had a lengthy conversation a couple different times today with John Forrest. Excuse me, because I don't remember his name of his company.
Environmental,
Environmental something. He's our water and sewer guy.
Yeah,
And we spoke a little bit about the contract that we were engaged in with him, and
integrated environmental services.
yes. And we also had some discussion about working on our water loss of our system. And he did some investigation, and as far as what's gonna be done as to the problem. And he suggested that we join the Pennsylvania Rural Water Association. I guess this township or the predecessor to the township, which would have been the municipal authority, and or the borough had belonged to it at one point in time, and we decided to drop out, I guess. If we join that association, a couple things they can do for us. One is, if we're a member of that association, they have different divisions. You can belong as an associate member, you can belong as a full water member, or you can belong as a water and sewer member. And it's somewhat less than $500 to belong to the annual dues to the association. 475, I believe, or maybe it's 479 for both water and sewer. And what that will do is it will permit us to use the sophisticated leak detection equipment. And they will train us on how to find our leaks. And they will offer classes to our people on maintaining the system and other things in regards to teaching us how to find leaks. And what he has found so far is that we have a lot of very small leaks, and a lot of them are in the laterals off the main lines, and no, they're not the main line leaks. He said we kind of, when they built the system, they kind of cheapened it up on the laterals, and finding there to be a lot of leaks there, and they're not readily visually apparent. And but if you get a lot of them, then he says you have an issue. But he suggests we join this, and I would like to make a motion that we join the Pennsylvania Rural Water. I think it's called Pennsylvania Rural Water Association, and make use of the training and equipment, and they have newsletters and websites and There's all kind of information, if you go online, you can look it up. I think that's what it's called, you know, Mr. Solicitor back there, what it is? Pennsylvania Rural Water Association.
I don't have anybody in that one. I don't
Okay.
know.
They have several, I mean, I don't want to say more than 1,000 members across this Commonwealth, if I remember reading what I read. And it certainly, it's meant for municipalities like us who have small systems. We aren't the smallest that they maintain, but we're certainly on the lower end of it. But I would move that we join that at cost at less than 500, I think it's 475, but it may be 479. And move that we join that.
Second.
Questions? Go ahead, Ed.
When you're saying training, who are they training to find these leaks?
Well, there could be some training probably of our people, which might be you. It might be of some of the road crew, you know, it may, whoever we can train, because we've got a situation we need to,
Okay, I just didn't.
Yeah, I don't know
if it's the general
exactly.
Public or employees?
it'll be employees,
Okay.
you know, it'll be employees, and I suppose that if, you know, the biggest use we're gonna get out of it is the ability to use that, the equipment without having to go out and buy it. You know, that's, I don't know what any of this stuff costs, I've never used any of it, but I'm sure for $500 you can't buy much of it,
No.
yeah.
Any other questions? Good, Bob.
Is there any other costs? I mean, this is 479 or whatever.
Yes, if you take any of the classes, they have a tiered system. If you're a member, it's this much, and if you're not a member, it's that much, you know, difference. There's a considerable difference. It's not free training in all regards. Sometimes it is at a cost, but it is a lesson cost for belonging. The big advantage to it is the technical advice and the ability to use their equipment.
Now, you can use their equipment free, or?
Yes, that's what, no charge is what the website says and what I was told from John Forrest as well.
Where are they based out of?
Central Pennsylvania, I can't remember, near Harrisburg. Not Harrisburg, but it's in that vicinity. I don't recall, it's the center of the state. They have training, I looked at their training seminars. I've seen some as close as Westmoreland County. So I know that they go around the state and have them. But
Any other,
if you can get the situations, you know, resolved, it would be a good thing.
any other questions? How you vote?
Dave Healy,
Yes.
Doug T. Gordon,
Yes,
Zach Prescott.
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion that we go into executive session to meet with personnel. John's still around?
Yeah.
Okay. Meet with personnel and discuss any potential, discuss potential litigation and matters regarding contractual obligations with the city of Wheeling.
Shouldn't you have public comment first?
How you vote? Move public comment and we come back?
Yeah, we shouldn't have gone too
Yeah.
long.
Well, that's the order you had it in, that's all I'm getting
How you vote?
Yes,
Dave Healy,
Yes.
Zach
Yeah.
Prescott.
I vote yes.